Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Forget everything you know and prepare for the unknown. The stars have aligned for this very moment. It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another podcast of Off the Clock. First, I'm gonna talk about what happened yesterday for the NFL. There's a rumor, and I wrote it down on a post-it note here. So one of the Cardinals wide receivers wants a quarterback, but the Cardinals have Carson back. But here's what the Cardinals said. Here's what the Arizona Cardinals want Aaron Rodgers. That's what the Cardinals wide receiver said. He wants Aaron Rodgers to be the quarterback. So here's what I wrote down on a post-it note. Will the Cardinals sign Aaron Rodgers? That is the question. Since the Cardinals posted that post to Aaron Rodgers, so will Aaron Rodgers go to the Arizona Cardinals? Like, if that happens, that's gonna be a huge trade. But my question is probably not, since he's gonna stay with the Steelers because the Steelers needs a quarterback. But if the Cardinals sign Aaron Rodgers, Steelers do not have the Steelers will have a quarterback, but they will have Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, and Drew Aller that they draft. But if Aaron Rodgers is gone, who will be the starting quarterback for the Steelers? Probably Drew Aller will. I'm gonna say he will be the starting quarterback if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Cardinals. But yeah, will the Cardinals sign Aaron Rodgers? That's what I wrote on my post-it note. And guys, I wrote more about my book. Like, I'm trying to figure out some stuff for I want my podcast to be special. Like, I want some design in my podcast. I'm trying to make my podcast famous so it can go viral, stuff like that. But let's talk some baseball. So yesterday, the Cincinnati Reds have lost 5 games in a row. They was winning yesterday, but they lost to the Cubs. For the 10th inning, and hopefully the Reds will win today, but probably they won't because I have the Cubs beating the Reds today. And yeah, let's talk about some NBA playoffs. So the Thunder won yesterday against the Lakers, 104 to 96. And Detroit Pistons beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, 114 to 101. And tonight we have the Timberwolves versus the Spurs, game 2 tonight. And game 2 for the NBA playoffs, we have the 76ers and the Knicks tonight, game 2 tonight. So Timberwolves and Spurs tonight, and 76ers and Knicks tonight. And tomorrow will be the Thunder versus the Lakers, and tomorrow will be the Pistons and the Cavaliers. And yeah. But anyways, so I'm trying to make my podcast be better. Like, I want some design, so I need to figure out a plan. Like, what do I want to add in my podcast? Like, what do I want to do? Since you know SPN has sports podcast, I really want my podcast to be on SPN, but it's only on YouTube. But I really hope my podcast is on SPN. I really love that. But that's not going to happen because podcast, like for SPN, they have a studio and a podcast, but I don't have a studio. I only have my grandma's basement. This is where I do my podcast, in my grandma's basement. And yeah, so the Reds lost 5 games in a row. 2 games for the NBA playoffs today. 2 NBA playoff games tomorrow. And yeah. Well, that's all I have for my podcast on this Wednesday. Tomorrow, guys, tomorrow I'm going to make my podcast early because tomorrow I have to go to church at 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna say at 3:30 or at 4 o'clock p.m. So 3:30 or 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'm making my podcast. So it's gonna be at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow or 4 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, because at 6, because I cannot make a podcast not at 6 because I have to go to Bible study tomorrow at church. So I am making a podcast tomorrow, but it's going to be early tomorrow at 3:30 or 4 p.m. after when I get home from school. And yeah, well guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. or at 4 p.m. So see you guys tomorrow. Peace out and see ya.